Hello friends, I'm Dinesh and welcome to my channel. Now I'm going to share with you a new topic called obfuscated C coding. Before going into that, let us know the meaning of obfuscated. Obfuscated is nothing but this: to make so confused or opaque as to be difficult to perceive or understand. That means we cannot understand that very easily. And applying that obfuscation in coding, it makes really good. Now let us see some sample code of obfuscated C code. Now I am giving you 1 minute time and please expect the output, and your time starts now. Okay, time up. Those who got the output, it's really fine and well and good. For those who don't get the output, now let us reverse engineer. So if we see the code, there are lots of question marks here and there, and lots of braces, lots of stars, and it's very rubbish. Before going to these symbols, you should know about trigraphs. Trigraphs are sequence of three characters which represents only one character. This is called a trigraph. Uh, because in olden days there used to be keyboards which does not contain these symbols, hash, backslash or something. These symbols there does not contain. So in order to type this symbol, they gave a trigraph to it, or sequence of three characters, question mark equal to, which is somewhat equal to hash. In that way they defined it. So by substituting these symbols with these, it may become a readable one. Let us try. So this will be a hash, and if you see this one, question mark, this symbol will be a curly brace open, and this is a curly brace open, and this is curly brace close. This is also a curly brace close, and this is curly brace open. Next, if you see this, question mark open circular braces means open square brace. So by replacing this with square brace, closing square brace, next where do we find that? Here, closing, and next here. That's it. Now it doesn't make any difference, but it is somewhat of our known symbols. Now let us intend them and properly space them. We'll get an enter here, here, and here, and here. So this is ith loop and this is jth loop. This statement belongs to ith loop, and this is for loop in a loop. And since this is a single statement, we need not give any brace to this for loop. And this semicolon is for confusion. That's it. It doesn't have any sense here. We can delete it. And now it is somewhat readable here. And the variables also here need not be declared here only. We can declare it outside also. So we can declare them outside by they were declared outside. We can give f equal to 0 outside itself, and ss equal to 0 outside itself, and j is declared outside, so we can remove them. And we can simply seeing a for loop structure clearly. And next, this statement will execute every time when the for loop ends. After the execution is here, it will come to here and it will increment I, and then it will execute this statement. So we can write this statement at the end of the for loop. So we can write it here. And next, now it is somewhat readable. Now coming to this string. Well, let me show you the output first. And the output is semicolon. And the output is my name, Dinesh. So how did I get it? And the answer lies in this secret message, which will not be understandable by everyone. Only some will understand this. So how did I get this string? If you see the output, it can be viewed as a multi-dimensional array. Let me show you that. This is the multi-dimensional array. If you see, this is D I N E S H. So this multi-dimensional array contains only of blanks, spaces, and X. No other character is there in this multi-dimensional array. So we can create this type of multi-dimensional array by simply saying my row contains six x's and 3 spaces, 6x 1 space, 2x 4 spaces, 2x's 1 space, 6x 2 spaces. In that way we can create an array, integer array, something like this, in which even spaces tells us number of x's in that row and odd spaces tells us number of spaces in that row. So after printing 6 x's, we should print 3 spaces. After that we should print 6 x's, and after that we should print one space. In this way we can form an integer array. But by forming this integer array, someone may reverse engineer it very easily. They'll understand the code very easily. But our aim is not to make the code readable, or not to make the code understand by everyone. So let us convert this integer array to string, simple string, containing this integers, but let us make it a string, something like this. If you make this as a string like this, it is somewhat obfuscated, but not that much. We can predict by seeing this also. So let us subtract some offset, or add some offset and make it into another string. So if you see the ASCII table, the numbers are here. The numbers are here, and braces and stars plus minus symbols are in this offset. So if I subtract 10 from this numbers offset, we'll get the ASCII characters of here of this region. So what I did is, to this string each and every character I subtracted 10. So I got this string. This string I got. And forgot to mention here, this is an escape sequence. If you see question mark forward slash here, it will represent a backslash. That means it is an escape sequence. So we can simply write backslash here. This is an escape sequence. Because I am splitting this into two lines, we should give an escape sequence here so that it will split into two lines. That's why I wrote this. And the secret message lies in this string, because as I told you, this string a 10 offset is minus from each and every character, so I got this string. Now this character represents how many x characters should be printed, and this character gives me the count of number of spaces to be printed. Now let us see the code. And if you see the image, it is of order 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 by 45. 7 by 44 multidimensional array. So each and every time I'm summing the characters count and I'm subtracting the offset. As I told you, numbers minus 10 means 38, for something 48 minus 10 is 38. So each and every character is subtracted by the offset 38, and when the sum mod 45 is equal to 0, I'm doing something which I'll tell you later. Now we are getting this thing, and I maintained a flag variable, because for this character I should print x character, and for this character I should print blank or space. So if flag is 0, it will print x, and if flag is 1, it will print spaces. In this way I wrote the code. So let us see the jth loop. Jth loop is running from 0 to si minus 38, which means the count of this character. That means how many number of characters should be printed. Here what I'm writing is, here if flag is equal to 0, then p of s of 5. That means here not f represents some simply f equal to 0. Flag equal to 0 or not f is same. So f equal to 0, then print s of 5. S of 5 is 0 1 2 3 4 5, that is asterisk. I should print asterisk if s of 5, if flag is 0. And p of s of 5 I am writing because I defined it already. P of c as printf %cc. So we'll print this character. Else if it is not 0, if it is 1, then print of 32. 32 is ASCII value of space, so it will print a space. This is one statement. And next, this statement also belongs to the ith loop itself, I forgot to mention. And in ith loop, every time if sum is divided by 45, or the number of columns in the multidimensional array, then we'll making flag as 0 by writing this statement. We can simply make f equal to 0, but somewhat to create confusion I wrote in this way: f equal to, then if f equal to 0, then return printf of 10. here each and every time I should print a new line. The ASCII character of new line is 10. So because there is need to print new line, I am printing here itself, and printf will return how many characters it has successfully printed. So if you print as new line, then it will return 1. So whatever the statement is executed, if f equal to 0, this will be written as 1, and if f equal to 1, then this will be written. Or if this whole thing is getting false, I am returning true, which doesn't make any sense because I didn't assign it to any variable. In this way I wrote the code. So this creates somewhat confusion. For this confusion, this is called obfuscated C code. I hope you like it. Thank you.